Hello everyone, I'm Brian Yulkinen from RunLeadGen. Let me tell you about myself. I have been doing digital marketing for 22 years. I started clear back in 2002 and have been going strong ever since. I've worked for big law firms as an in-house marketer to director level at agencies. And so I want to bring some of that experience to you. And today we're talking about conversions. We're going to go through what are they, where you can go to set them up, how you can make those useful to growing your business and improving the success of your campaigns. And so let's get started. So what is a conversion? This is when an end user is taking the action that we're wanting to measure that hopefully impact our business goals, or in some instances, we're also measuring user activity that we can optimize towards that helps algorithms learn what our end goal actually is and get the right audience funneling into our campaign so we can achieve the goals we're after. The number one place that you're going to hear about conversions is going to be inside of Google Analytics. Now, they've actually been renamed recently as key events, and I think that name is appropriate since we want to know more than just when a sale is made or just when someone has filled out their form. And so if you are not up to speed on GA4, I'm going to link a resource down in the bottom in the description as where you can go and start to train and go and get certified for GA4. But this is going to be very beneficial to you for all things digital marketing. And one of the great things about setting up events to track as conversions or key events inside of Google Analytics, this is going to help you break down by channel which traffic sources are helping you achieve your business goals and which are not. The great thing about this is there's also two primary attribution methods built in, as well as a data-driven attribution model. I personally love the first touch or user attribution model because this is helping us say, hey, how are new people coming into our audience? That's great for prospecting and really getting in front of new people. Being able to report on key events or conversions for first touch or user attribution is going to help you know where to spend money on your ad campaigns, know what's working and what's not. So if you aren't familiar, inside of GA4, there are some standard events and some enhanced events that are recorded inside of their reporting panel. Inside of your admin dashboard of GA4, you can go in and mark different events as a key event, or often referred to previously as a conversion. And honestly, I still get stuck as referring to them as conversions. I think it's going to take some time before I'll start referring to analytics key events, in particular because other platforms have conversion tracking, and it was nice to be able to refer to one thing. But for analytics, for GA4, we're going to help them be special and call them key events instead of conversions. So moving on, how do we get these set up? So not every event is collected automatically inside of Google Analytics. Some of the ones that are include page views. You can have video views for YouTube videos if you turn on enhanced tracking, but custom user interactions are not going to be tracked out of the box. This goes from e-commerce to doing a form fill if you don't have a thank you page or something like that to help make it easier to set up. The first step that you want to do to make this real easy on yourself is go and get set up on Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager is a platform where they have preloaded scripts and connections to a lot of platforms, all the major platforms, to help you set up event tracking, conversion tracking, and they've got triggers, which are those user interactions built in, or you can also go and custom capture those triggers to start reporting events and conversions to different platforms. So that is a very high level overview of events and key events / conversions in GA. Let's move on to what's important you can do with those inside of Google Ads. So if you haven't linked your Google Analytics or GA4 to Google Ads, as well as your Google Search Console. There's a lot of benefits to having both of those platforms linked, but one of those is the ability to import key events as conversions from GA4 into Google Ads. So to do this is really simple. You go into the linked properties and simply add that link to your GA4 as long as they're set up inside of the same account. From there, you want to go the next step, which is mark those GA4 conversions as secondary and build out primary conversions inside of Google Ads. So hopefully that covers setting up conversions and key events inside GA4. Now, if you haven't already linked your Google Analytics 4 to your Google Ads so you can import those conversions, that would be the next step you want to take. And don't forget to link other important properties like your Google Search Console or your Google Business Profile to make sure you're getting the best usage of all your data. Although we at this point would have already been importing conversions from GA4, you're going to want to go ahead and mark those as secondary and take that next step to set up conversions directly inside of Google Ads. There's a few benefits here. Number one, that will allow you to set up enhanced conversions. And we're going to get deeper into that in just a moment because those are really important and becoming even more important as more and more browsers roll out privacy protection and we become reliant on our own first-party data. In addition to being able to set up enhanced conversions, when people are using a privacy browser, Google Ads conversions also have a method of using machine learning modeling to estimate conversions for users where we're not able to actually track, but we know that they click. To continue on, there are a few primary conversions that you're going to want to make sure you're tracking. First and foremost, if you're doing e-commerce, you absolutely want to be tracking each purchase as well as passing back that conversion value. So if someone's purchase was $54, you want to make sure you're able to report back to Google Ads that they spent $54. This is going to give you options for a lot of different bid strategies that you wouldn't have otherwise, like return on ad spend or target return on ad spend, bidding that can really help drive the value of your campaign. Second to e-commerce, you would also have your form fills and other lead sources like chats or anywhere that you're getting people's contact information. And then the final conversion source that you're going to want to make sure you're tracking are phone calls. Now, there are a few options for reporting conversions on phone calls. You can go with a platform like CallRail or Go High Level, where you're actually capturing call recording as well as reporting those calls back to Google Ads. Or if you're not ready to get set up on a call tracking platform like that yet, you can use the out-of-the-box call tracking for conversions from Google Ads. This happens at 2 levels and would require 2 separate conversions, one for calls from ads and the second from calls on the website. Now, calls on the website are going to require an additional event tag, and that's why they've got those split off in 2, but you're going to want to make sure that you have those set up. Those are very important and can really help your campaigns learn and get the most out of your ad budget. So let's talk quickly, if I can, about enhanced conversions. Enhanced conversions use first-party user data to send conversion data back directly to Google Ads in a privacy-preserving method that allows Google Ads to essentially know who that person is that took that action, whether that's fill out a form or make a purchase. This includes sending their first-party data back to Google Ads in a privacy-preserving manner, including their name, address, phone number, and even street address. This is going to allow Google to not only know and build an audience around that person's purchase and help their algorithms better optimize. But the real key to this whole thing, in my opinion, is when we're sending back that conversion event for first-party data, it does not rely on cookies. And for those of you who are unaware, cookies are going the way of the dinosaur, slowly but surely. And luckily, we still have them for now, while people are working to get caught up and make sure they're able to track their digital in a future cookieless world, setting up enhanced conversions are your first step in that direction. So those are super beneficial. Actually, for Google Ads, I haven't seen it pop up for a while, but they used to say there used to be a pop-up that we would see all the time that would say, users using enhanced conversions get 6% more conversions on a target CPA bid strategy. So simply making sure you have those set up properly is going to help you outperform in the long run. The big thing here is knowing what you're tracking, where you're tracking, and what platforms you need to report back on. So the big ones are obviously Google Analytics and Google Ads, Facebook, if you're using Facebook. And I'm not going to get into the weeds on any of that because that is a whole entire separate conversation. But starting there, especially getting your GA4 conversions up and running, is going to help you know what channels are working and what channels aren't, and start you down that path towards scaling your digital. Hopefully that was beneficial. Be sure to check out some of the links and resources down in the description. And this is Brian from RunLeadGen, where we help you scale to success.